I think we should put the focus on you. You're the prettiest one in the crowd.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, great. Here we go.
I
don't know what it's
We're
seeing.
all adorable.
Can you even see it? We're filming. It's on.
Do not get
Okay,
me.
I can't show you brand.
Okay.
It stands.
Guys, we're wasting time.
I know we really are, and my stomach is hungry. Is that on the thing? Shush.
Thanks, Mama. Sorry. Okay, so right now we're talking about, where did we leave off?
We were talking about redefining aggression.
Okay, so this is a team meeting about Nikki, and the topic that we're going over is aggression. Nikki, we've been working on getting rid of his aggression for years, constantly, but it keeps changing, it keeps evolving, and that's what this conversation, this team meeting's about. Thanks for listening. There you go. Bye. Okay.
So the manifestations are self-interest behaviors, including hitting himself in the arm, in the head, and in the legs. Right.
And he hits himself hard.
Huh?
I haven't seen
If he's sitting,
His thighs.
he slaps down on his legs.
I've seen this more
A lot.
than I've seen this.
But that's
But
So
those
he's
are
banging
all.
his head.
right. Banging
He's
his head.
hitting some of the dogs, and he's pushing,
Shoving people out.
Shoving.
Shoving us out of the way.
but it's not just random shoving.
Shoving him in
Like,
something he
for
wants.
example, he really wanted to get into the kitchen, and
Mhm.
Wendy said, no, you cannot get into the kitchen, and he literally, at her height, is just bulldozing her to get in the kitchen.
He's done that
And
to
she's
me.
saying, no, 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 and you have to become a gate. And
Mhm.
it's not. You
I
already
puff
can
myself
learn to
up.
do it.
I'm like, you're staying in your room, and I puff myself up. And he knows after that. But you have to be on guard, and if you're not on guard, then and he catches you off, he can literally just
Bulldoze you.
bulldoze you. Thank you.
So, right now the definition is hitting, but it was never not
Hitting
other
hitting
people. Hitting other people, breaking things. Nikki, you look nice.
No, it was never breaking things.
It was destroying property. Yes, it was on my end.
It wasn't on our
So we
end.
have a disconnect, because
Yeah.
on my end, if he threw something down, or he broke something,
I did see breaking. I saw breaking.
breaking was part of it. If he broke something that was destroying property, that was aggressive
Isn't that on the
behavior.
refrigerator thing?
It may be,
Oh, good. Fine.
but it was definitely. And he knows now, like his favorite thing was to throw something off this balcony into the foyer, onto the.
Yeah. It was pinching,
Okay.
scratching, hitting, biting, thank you,
Kicking.
kicking, socking with a closed fist, slapping. And now I feel like it's time that
And pushing.
we never put pushing.
We need to add it.
We need to add pushing and define what pushing is and the self-injurious behavior.
I think it wasn't in there before because it wasn't. If
Initially.
you wanted past us, you just hit and then go past.
Yeah.
So.
Whereas now he's finding other ways. Yeah, you're right. He's finding other ways. Yeah, other outlets. And he knows he gets upset with us, or he gets upset with the decisions that we've made, so he begins to hit himself, which isn't good, at home or in the community. And now he's pushing, he's highly motivated, he wants to go somewhere, he's not getting the answer he wants, he's not being flexible, and he's bulldozing us. Which he can then start doing that at school too, in the community, bulldoze us across the street, and that's
Yeah.
not good.
Well, better
But-
get a stranger or policeman
Yeah.
or anything. So, okay, so what are we going to do?
So I feel like it's time, let's sit here collectively, mom, sister, and us, and define what the self-injurious behavior is. I think that we need to take advantage of August and begin to define it for him and let him know that that current behavior he's exhibiting is aggression, but still not implement the you are not going to earn free time. Let's do that for a week or two. And then in that, do the same thing with pushing, define it, explain to him what it is, let him know, and then once again go back to the definition where it's clearly
With
written.
the board, would you turn the thing, and we're going to write it. I'm gonna write what you're saying.
and visual
Evan,
to him.
I got it.
So the first step is defining
Okay, so right
as
now,
a team.
Go under tantrums, because that's where I can reach you.
but it's just the well, no, I think we need to change it. No aggressive, I think aggression and tantrums, are they gonna be the same thing now?
No,
they're not.
No, there's
but
still,
he's
never
still, it's still on the same contingency
Okay.
plan.
so,
So, we need to, he knows what the definition of aggression is right now, the current definition. That's why he can still hit himself and he can still bulldoze us.
aggression is,
Hitting others.
Let me look at our objectives too and our report.
it's hitting,
Right.
pinching,
Grabbing. Scratching.
is grabbing one, two B's or one?
Grabbing.
It's
You
okay,
got it.
we'll
You got it.
back. Let's just go with our thoughts.
Excuse me. Donna, have you
Kick.
finished seeing-
Kicking.
Just one
Oh,
second,
sorry.
Will.
Come here, Nick.
Hi, Nick.
Hi, Jude.
Come here, please.
Use
Will,
your words.
is there any other aggressive behavior you can think of that should be in this list of things that are what we have hitting, pinching, grabbing, scratching, kicking. Hi, Nicholas. Where you going?
I haven't seen him, the only thing I've seen him do is hit himself.
Yeah.
That's it.
And that's
as far
what
as
we're
like
doing now.
towards, hey, as far as towards anybody else, I haven't seen him, you know,
Okay.
his tantrums.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, we're working
Slapping.
on now that him hitting himself is also.
Slapping.
Yeah.
Slap.
Slapping?
I have the operational definition of what we created, which is
Okay.
hitting, kicking, pinching. Do we have that in there?
Yes.
Yep.
Scratching.
Yep.
Hey, baby boy. Slapping, biting,
Come here, Nick, over here,
No,
over
Dad.
here.
No dad, honey.
When we
grabbing
One Wendy.
others. What's up, sweetheart? You look nice. Say,
I did grabbing already.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we're out.
And now
Okay,
we're
you
putting,
guys have a great time.
Go tell my wife.
and you were right, throws objects,
Yep.
and breaking of toys.
Okay, hold on a second. There was biting, grabbing.
Mm-hmm.
You got them. You got them.
pinching. Okay.
Break.
No, I said bye, Mom. What do you tell her? You're leaving. So what do you tell her?
What do you say?
Yes.
Say I'm out.
Please don't slobber.
Yes.
Okay, bye.
Air kiss. Good job. Good air kiss,
Air
Nick.
kiss, that's what it's
Fine.
I know, we're in Hollywood, what's to do? Okay, breaking,
Breaking objects.
Breaking and throwing objects.
Yes, thank you. I think that you should put pushing in capital letters with a different color so he knows it's new. It's something that hasn't been there before.
I think it's good for us too, frankly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what I can do, where are my
Should we
colors?
put
On the other
hate
side.
color also? 'Cause it's, or should we put like hitting yourself in a different color?
Hitting others, hitting other people, and then in another color, hitting yourself.
Okay, girls running out of space. I need
No,
to-
you know what? You can put it at the top.
Yeah.
There you go.
Perfect. Thank you, Evan.
Okay, so I need to rearrange this a bit.
You're still here.
Not really.
Bye.
Okay,
Have
so-
fun.
Pete.
See you later.
Bye, Nikki. Bye, Will. Hitting others, hitting,
Yourself. Or should we put hitting Nikki?
I'm putting Nikki.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then hitting the dogs.
Well, right now we're just doing these two.
Oh, okay.
I feel more comfortable bringing Julie into the hitting the dogs because she's always been.
Yeah.
And then pushing capital letters in blue. Thank you.
Okay.
So here's our plan of attack. 1, we define what the self-interest behavior is so we all know what it looks like and what it is, as well as pushing what it looks like, what it is.
Do we want to like record him doing it so we keep showing him what that is?
That would be
That's a good
great for
idea.
session. And we have a flip camera.
Yep.
So
Can you start using it?
No, no, you're not,
thank you.
I'm,
Should we find catching? You know how we're supposed to catch him being good? We catch him being aggressive and show him what it
Same
looks
difference.
like.
Yeah,
Look
I think it's a good idea. I think he should see his aggression. And then that way, we can even then do it proactively. The things that we're not, that, you know, these are what, do we need to make another portable,
We have him.
another laminate chart?
We have it here.
We do?
So all we need to do is laminate it. Yeah, we have portable ones.
Okay, with all this new stuff?
No, but I can do that.
Okay, so that'll be good because then we can have school doing the same thing. Okay, so we're going to make a laminate chart with the change of what they are. Everyone can define them and we'll do the school. Gotcha.
And for the next 2 weeks, I'm saying, because that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like about 10 sessions. And obviously with family, we're going to highlight anytime he's pushing or hitting himself as Nikki, what you're doing right now is aggressive. That is aggressive behavior. So we give him that little 2-week buffer of letting him know what this is and going over this with him nightly like we did when we began this program.
Okay.
And then after 2 weeks, we implement if he exhibits pushing or hitting Nikki, then he doesn't earn free time. So he's working to earn free time. What do you guys think?
pushing, I think for Nick, needs to be a lot more defined. Pushing others. Because
That's what we're
He
going
could
to do
be
right now.
pushing on a swing.
he could be pushing on an
Okay.
object, but I think it really needs to be defined as pushing people.
Other people.
Because I don't even know that he's
But I can see
necessarily...
him, if we don't define it right, like shoving. Pushing can be like shoving the dog. I can see how, given how he keeps moving through, to have some sort of outlet. So we still need to find more substitutes. I
Like-
feel that's our thing. We don't have.
Let's define pushing. What is it? And we work with him and let him know and make it visual too. Pushing is, and then we write it. And he
Or we can
reads
take a picture of it. We can do hard pictures too and just
And
print them
pushing
out.
is
Perfect.
like him not saying, but I really want to go see Mom. I really want those fries. I really want to go from here to there.
So what is the physical act of pushing to you guys? Shoving,
When
right?
he pushes your body out of the way to get from where he is to where he
Or
wants to
he
go.
literally engages like a bulldozer.
Yeah.
With his shoulder. He's like,
And you know, what I've noticed too, it's a lot, I think that behavior happens a lot, but the pushing happens more here than in the public.
yes,
You know,
because
because
it's
in the
what
public
it
when you
is.
speak to him, he stops to take notice.
What I've noticed it mostly is if one of us, no, leave it alone. If one of us says something to him where he doesn't like it, and we're keeping him in here, and it frustrates him, then he'll push past us to get to you, to talk to you about it.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
when mostly
That's
I
right.
see it.
Actually sounds
Point.
very
Very
typical
good,
child.
yeah.
That's mostly when the
Yep.
pushing is.
Yeah,
When
playing
he's
one-
stressed
one-
out and trying to go talk
one
to you, he'll
authoritarian.
push us out of the way.
Yeah, pitting one authoritarian against another. So there's a
That's
typical
caught
thing in that. I agree, but that's usually what it is. It's
Mhm.
usually him trying to get
It's
to
normally
me
what it is.
because he's unhappy or
That's
he's
the trigger.
confused. I think sometimes he wants me to confirm or verify the information. He wants to
or
find
change
out.
your mind.
Mhm.
Yes, or change
Or he
my
wants
mind.
to come hug you or press his body against you or whatever.
But those are the triggers. What I want to define is what is a physical act of pushing, so we can explain it to him.
It's pushing your person. I mean, I just think it's him. It's not even necessarily like this. It's because he doesn't really
Yeah.
push like this.
No,
He just bulldozes. It's more of a shoulder thing. So that's what we've experienced. But we can show him that pushing is this. We can show him the different things. Maybe we can get in front of it before he adapts it this time. Because he's going to adapt it. If we teach him not one, he's going to go for another version to see if that works. Do you agree? Which is what you were saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I agree.
So I put shoving, pushing others. I think we're going to take pictures of it or take video of it so he knows what it looks like. We're going to role play so he understands what it is. Bulldozing, right?
It's really shoving.
Shoving,
It's
yeah.
more shoving than pushing. 'Cause
Trying to like barge past you.
Yep. Barging.
So
Good one.
Evan, you can help us probably where one day you can, barge past me so we can show him, hey Nikki, yeah,
Push you
don't
down.
slam me into walls, but Nikki, what Evan just did is pushing.
She would've
That's
lost
aggressive.
free time.
That's aggressive behavior.
She would not earn free time.
Evan will not earn free time, if she does this. You can push, you can shove with your shoulders, you can shove with your arms, you can even shove with your legs. We'll show him different
You can
ways of
headbutt people.
pushing and shoving so he knows what it is and he sees it. Are you guys comfortable with that?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the pushing, shoving one. And then we'll continue. We'll make time to read this with him. He likes to go over it so he knows where he's at daily. We've gotten rid of the chart. We have a little portable one here. It could kind of look like this, Donna. So if you could put more tiny things here, that would be great. So we can implement that too.
Okay, so it'll look like another one of his laminated
Yeah.
checklists. Excellent. We'll
And
get
he
another
can
one.
chart his progress. He likes to know, especially on the longer days when it doesn't get dark quick. It's kind of like, it's later, you've been here a while, when am I getting free time? Working on showing him big hand, little hand with the time so he can see and know.
Did
And
you
I'll
see
come back. The cards,
the
yeah.
new cards for time?
Yeah. He put them away. They're in that deck.
Okay, go take a peek because it's there to help us with time.
Okay.
They're pretty simple. Okay.
So self-injurious behavior is the next one.
Okay.
What
And
does that
it
look
is-
like?
It's him hitting himself. It looks like this. It's Nikki hitting himself.
Hitting head.
Nikki hitting Nikki. Nikki's
Head.
head.
Nikki hitting
But I think it's just going to be Nikki hitting himself because he'll punch himself in the stomach next.
Right.
Stomach.
We can
Nikki hitting his body.
Nikki's hitting
Nikki,
his
okay,
body.
Nikki
And
hitting
head.
Nikki's body, his body. I think it needs to be the whole frickin' thing or he's going to be stepping on his own
Yeah.
feet.
His
By the way, I think he has athlete's foot or some sort of fungus on his foot, but we'll deal with that.
head to toes. And we'll do the same thing with that.
Oh, sorry.
Show him your head, your toes, your legs,
Okay.
your thighs, your arms, your back, your
Actually,
neck.
that one picture there's already a great picture of it in his skinny long chart. Remember the guy with the red head? He's got the little round red face.
Do you remember what I mean? It shows
It's in the notebook. It's in the front.
Somebody with a round face.
right here. Video.
On his laminated chart. Yeah.
But look, he looks mad, but
Oh.
looks like he's going to hit himself. Looks like he's hitting him,
Mhm. And we even have aggressive behavior. That's
Yeah.
perfect. Video.
Oh, great. We have everything here already.
Yeah.
What's different?
Uh,
We have screaming, yelling, tantrums, kicking, hitting,
others.
people and things.
Mhm.
We don't have hitting himself.
No.
Yes, we do.
Perfect.
Hitting himself, grabbing, pushing. So I don't think we have to change. I think we're,
Well, we can have it there because he likes to look at that too.
Yeah.
And then we can have it here, and that's portable.
yep,
That's
so
great.
this is good.
Mhm.
It still works. Okay.
Visual, we have that there. Pics, we'll find those things as well as try to use that flip card to do that, flip camera to do that video of catching him doing any of those
Okay.
behaviors so he can see it. We can go back and we can talk to him about it. And he can see it, he can view it. Okay, so are we good on moving on with aggression?
Yeah, I want to do tantrums.
Okay.
I think that Nikki now knows what a tantrum is.
Yeah.
And I know with me, I think he is catching himself sooner. He knows there's a consequence for tantrum, but I am not enforcing the consequence for each one that starts yet. I mean, I'm still giving him, but I think we're getting to a point where we're about to be able to, because I can tell when we can is when he does something and then he starts asking me if he's going to get the computer,
Mhm.
and then whether I say yes or no, he still has a fit because he hasn't really processed what I've said. I can't, if I say, it's like, because he's thinking that he has not earned it because of tantrum, but I need to separate. I still feel like there's some degree of protest that's got to be okay because we all
Yeah,
have
I
some
agree.
degree of protest,
Mhm.
but I don't know what that degree is. So I think we need to have some sort of understanding of what is kind of that
degree of protest.
Yeah, what is okay?
Well, we know that one of his protests is when he's squeaking really loudly, like.
And hitting himself.
And when he.
This is the main protest.
Right,
Yeah.
that's the main protest.
Yeah.
So,
That's
okay.
good.
because when he squeaks like that, it's kind of like he's whining. I don't want to do this. you
Oh, but
know?
that's one thing we're defining is whining. Is that what we're calling it? Whining? I was calling
Whining.
it squeaking.
Squeaking.
I call
but
it whining.
I call it whining. It's his version of whining.
Okay, so our word for the
Yeah.
God, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I hate it so much.
Because even you. Yeah.
Do not do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah. Thank you.
where does whining fit there? So he's allowed a certain amount of whining, or
I think whining for now should be allowed because we can't take that away from him. Then he won't have any outlet for
We don't want him to
protest.
be a robot, you know?
Right.
What kid doesn't whine?
Right.
We whine when
I
we
whine.
don't, you know, don't like something like, ugh.
okay,
Yep.
so we're leaving the whining alone.
Leaving the whining.
What about that initial burst of unhappiness,
This?
whatever it may be? It may be that frantic whole body thing,
Or the,
or it may just be it's that.
that's done. He doesn't earn free time.
Okay.
Because it's self-injurious behavior. It's aggression. It's not even
Okay.
tantrum. Although he is quote-unquote protesting, he needs to know that he cannot hit himself
Okay.
in order to protest.
So let's now define tantrum, because that was part of tantrum before, for me.
Mm-hmm.
So now that's not in tantrum.
Yeah.
That's in just aggressive behavior. So now let's define his tantrum again that he's not earning for.
Okay.
Well, he is allowed, when he begins to tantrum, he's allowed 2 reminders to stop his tantrum before it becomes he doesn't earn free time. So he can start with, and do this. You let him know, Nikki, you're beginning a tantrum. Please
But we
stop."
took that away. I took that away.
Oh, totally. Okay.
I took that away because as soon as I said he wasn't earning one, he thought he did not earn one, and that created a tantrum.
So you've totally
Oh, really?
taken away
Because
any
I
time-
said this morning he started having a tantrum. I said, "Are you having a tantrum?" And he stopped immediately.
Well, if you say
Correct.
that, then he stops. But if you
Okay.
say you're starting to have a tantrum, they ask about free time, and you say you're having a tantrum, and he starts having a tantrum, and then he loses free time.
Oh, then maybe
Because he
the-
thinks
the-
he lost it because of it. That's
But
why we
then-
went to...
but- So
We-
the language should change to, "Are you having a free time?" Then, right? Because that gives him an opportunity to reflect on his behavior instead of.
What are you working for, is
Right.
what I will say.
Oh,
What are you
what are you
working
working
for?
for?
and then you'll say free time.
Okay.
And I'll remind him what he's working for, and if that allows him to catch his behavior, then
So-
we're good.
You've totally taken away any type of reminder, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Well, the only reminder is, what are you working for?
when he
And
begins
if
to
it-
do
when he
what?
begins. Well, that's what I want to define.
Okay.
I want to
Begin-
define, I do that when he begins even at the beginning of a protest.
We're saying whining is a protest,
Okay, so if he
And-
starts whining, I start saying, what are you working for?
and he gets
Because I'm
to-
trying to catch it before it escalates.
Okay. So it's from whining he escalates to what would be the next. So
Hitting himself.
Mm-hmm.
and that's aggression. That's
Okay.
not even
Mhm.
tantrum. So already there automatically gone from tantrum to aggression, which he'll
Okay.
get quick.
What about running? Okay, so maybe we write all these down. We say, okay, we know that's over there.
Yeah.
The next thing is he runs and he throws his body onto the furniture or onto the floor. Is that aggression or tantrum?
Well, he didn't hit
Well, he's throwing an
Tantrum.
object and the object is him.
Yes, tantrum.
I think
So
it's
that's
tantrum.
tantrum.
That's
Okay.
tantrum.
Okay, so what else is a behavior? What else does he do? For me, he runs, he throws himself on the couch.
And
He
that.
doesn't throw himself on the floor too much, but he does do it.
Yes, he does.
That sounds like a deeper
He
tantrum, though.
does that whole,
Flailing.
which hurts me to do it.
Yeah.
Stomping,
Yeah.
flailing, it's loud, it's complete with, and it may only be, it doesn't go that long because it'd be too exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
But there is that, maybe it's even 5 seconds of that, it feels like
Yeah.
forever. Where his whole, it's a,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
snap, and yeah, the whole body
Oh, I
thing.
see it.
Wendy does it really well. Complete with stomping. That's tantrum?
Mm-hmm.
That's a tantrum.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. His tantrums are kind of aggressive in their nature. And I guess so, because normally you don't see anybody that size have a tantrum.
But we're defining aggression as something that inflicts pain.
Yeah.
And even though his tantrums are aggressive, they're not inflicting pain when he does
No,
that.
it's just his size that they're scary because of his size. On a little baby, it's a 2-year-old, it's the same thing, but it just doesn't look so horrifying.
Right.
Okay, so what else does he do?
These are the 3 that we have said are tantrums. Runs
Throwing.
and throws body to couch. So he's already protested, he's already having the wine, mom still says no, he throws himself on the couch, he's had a tantrum. He throws himself on the floor, he's had a tantrum. Keep in mind he's already been told with the whining, which is defined as a protest, you're not getting this. And the other one is the flailing, stomping, doing this type of thing. Can you think of anything else?
Not off the top of my head.
Me neither. Those are the 3 that I usually see.
Yeah, those
I
are
mean, I
nice.
see his face. I see him get
He'll
upset.
slam a counter, hitting an object, and we have that, right?
But that's
Like this?
aggression.
That's aggression.
That's aggression, really?
See, that's what I'm asking.
Okay.
He walks by the kitchen counter and does that.
That one could be in both buckets, so we
That's
have
kind
to
of
determine.
protest, I think.
But it can be very
He
hard
does that
if
a
you're
lot.
in
He'll just hit the
public.
wall.
Yeah.
But is that, then he does usually, it's either this or it's this. Depending on if he's near something or not. Or if he's going to if you ask him to do something, he's going to do it, and they'll go, and he'll go do it. Or if I don't know, if you're in the kitchen and you ask him to do something, he'll do this. So
Hitting
it's
is
either
hitting.
or,
It
they're
doesn't
on
matter
the same
if it's
level.
hitting others or hitting an object. It should be aggression.
I don't think that hitting
No?
an object should be aggression.
Okay.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
I think back to any time where I've been upset. I've had a tantrum because I don't want something.
Mhm.
How many times haven't I slammed the
Oh,
refrigerator
boy.
door
Mhm.
or walked in and just done this? You know?
But you know,
Yeah, but the thing is,
you have
exactly.
a bit of restraint. If Nikki gets mad and punches a wall and puts a hole in the wall,
Yeah.
then that's a whole other problem.
And what if it's a glass window out in public?
It's somebody else's house,
Exactly.
right out in public.
So I think we have to talk about how this
It's
is
really
going to be
keeping your
defined
hands
for
to
Nikki.
yourself.
Exactly. It's for Nikki.
Maybe that's the goal, is
So-
keeping his hands to himself,
But
however
then-
he does that. Well,
but
hitting
then if
yourself
he's-
is keeping your hands to yourself,
If
isn't it?
he's
That's what you
mad,
want.
there's got to be some replacement behaviors for him,
Mhm.
like crumbling up paper or squeezing.
Something to squeeze.
Yes, a squeezy ball
Maybe
or
he does
something
need
that.
to keep carrying that pillow pad around or something else soft and just squeeze when he gets upset.
Yeah, he has to have something else.
I mean, like he
Yeah,
can
because
at any
you
point
can't-
he can-
Expect him to not have an outlet. for
And that's what I'm
his-
saying, what are we replacing it with?
Right.
And maybe that's one of the reasons that some of the things aren't being completely extinguished,
Of course.
because he doesn't have the right
He's
thing. We
redefining
haven't
them.
found his key.
I mean, coming here. He
He's
finds
liking-
things like the beanbag. He
Yeah.
runs there. He gets upset with A, B, or C. He will walk and run to the beanbag, go under the beanbag.
Now,
Or
to
he'll-
me, that's another great question, though. If he's frustrated and he comes in and he throws himself in the beanbags, is that a tantrum?
No.
I don't think so, because even if it, I think he's going to his place to get his stuff out of his
Right.
body.
That's the same thing
And there
as
has
throwing
to be a
himself to the
place.
couch.
I don't think so,
Why?
because we've designated this place as like a, everyone has to
His
have their zone.
sanctuary.
Like, you can go into your own house if you want to, and if you want to kick and scream and go like this on your bedroom floor, if there's a designated place where that's a safe house, a safe place, you can do that. And I think that the beanbags, we've used it as sensory,
Yeah.
and we can't really take it away. But the couch,
But
people's
he's-
couches are not a sensory item.
But does he not use that couch as a sensory item and the
But then we have to
And,
move
and
him
the
away.
bed, and the beds.
And we have to move him away from, then I think we have to figure out how do we move him away from that. I think he
defining
should,
this as a place where
He
it's
can do
okay
that.
to go in there, go under, and calm his body.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then we have to define that.
so we have to have our list about calming places,
Okay.
Okay.
calming places.
Well, let's go. So, throwing himself on a couch, which I agree with you.
Furniture,
Furniture.
you know, furniture. A
Okay.
beanbag, we won't even call that furniture for the sake of art, it's a pillow.
Throws himself on floor, the flailing, stomping. We were still on hitting counters, hitting tables, hitting floors, hitting walls. What is that? Is that a tantrum or is that an aggressive behavior?
I think it's aggressive, and I think that he may he could just as easily, for example, walk down the hall and hit a glass door as hit a regular door, if he's not distinguishing. So it has to go into aggression for his own safety.
Or your car window. I mean, these
Not only
are
does it hurt your car, but it hurts him too.
Yeah,
Handful
it
of
can
glass.
really, well, the windows in the front, I did not used to have those cracks in those windows, those are for him.
Oh, I know.
And it makes me nervous, because he
That's
hits it
true.
one time wrong way and the whole thing's gonna come in.
So hitting
No,
objects,
not
and in hitting
temporary.
objects, it's windows, walls, counters, floors, tables. Hitting objects, we need to put that in there too.
Okay. It is, well, no, it's not
No,
hitting
it's not.
objects. Hitting others.
I mean, he can hit and not break something, and he's good. So, hitting objects, and we'll let him know what objects are. So we're adding 3 things into aggression now. And tantrums are only running and throwing himself to couch or furniture, throwing himself on the floor, stairs. We have stairs here.
Yeah.
Flailing and stomping, as
Yep.
of now.
And I think we have to get all of that sort of reorganized. I
Yeah.
was seeing in my head just now, and it could be, maybe we end up with kind of a pie chart with this stuff. Literally, that at the end of the day, it's broken up in these areas, and we show him, every day, this is aggression,
Still recording?
this
Yep.
is, or maybe this is the opposite. Maybe this is calm body. Maybe this is earned dollars. I know it's not neat. Maybe this is just the things that are the positive sides of these. Free time. And whichever the positives, where every day he can see, okay, you got this one, you got this one, you got this one, you got this one. Oops, you didn't get these. I don't know. I
You
want
didn't
some
earn.
way that he can visualize the measurement of this whole thing, of all of his stuff. And I know this isn't necessarily the idea for it, but he did a good job with his chores. He slept in his bed, so he got Picasa. He got, I don't know, where's
Free
the
time.
ones he was? He got free time. Yeah, that was here, wasn't it? Maybe not.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was
that
there.
it.
Okay, so he got his free time, but maybe we don't call it free time. Maybe it's computer. Maybe it's TV. It's like today for sneaking, he didn't get TV,
Right,
but he
yeah.
still will get computer.
Mhm.
So I'm beginning to think these may have to be broken up. Free time can be both, or it can just be one. Do you know? Because it is now. Because if he sneaks TV, he doesn't get TV. If he were to sneak computer, he doesn't get computer. So the consequence for sneaking is has been that you lose the thing
You don't earn.
you've been sneaking.
Okay.
But we didn't want to kill this entirely because this one
Highly rated.
was tied to that one.
Okay.
So how does he see the whole picture that the more you do, your life is better? Do you understand? I'm trying to get him to begin to equate it to, it's all having a great day. Because then I can, if I do my chores, I have money and I can get,
I think you were right with the puzzle thing because he likes puzzles.
Okay,
Instead of
and what I
puzzle.
talked about,
Mhm.
we make a puzzle for him, where it all has the pieces that we define, and then he gets his pieces.
He likes to use the wording having sounds like a great plan. So Nikki's plan of the day or Nikki's great plan or whatever, because he always likes to talk about his day.
And-
He likes to schedule. It looks like a plan to him.
There could be a bonus on the weeks that he gets them all. Every time he completes the whole puzzle, any given day he gets them all.
I'm sorry, but if we're putting no touching on there, he's not going to get them all for a long time.
Well, we have to add that in next, after we get, I don't
I
even do
mean,
no touching
first
until we
the-
separate the
Yeah,
dangerous
tantrums
ones.
and aggression right now, and touching. I think that's something that we need to discuss, but really, truly, not just this team,
The
but
other
the
team
other
also.
team. Just because one, they
That's
also,
going to be going on at school.
It's going to be going on at school. It goes on here, and we also have males in that team, which at Nikki's age right now, we really need their perspective.
So he could have a bonus one time a week. So if he gets these, I don't know if he has to get it every day, I don't know how to do this, but if he does this, first we might start off every day, he's got a little bonus. then we could move the bonus for getting them all, then it could be once a week. Or maybe then it's gotta be 3 days a week to get a bonus.
I think it should be like 3 days a week.
4 days a week to get a bonus. Well, I think as we introduce it, it should be maybe every day, so he gets the idea. So maybe for the first week, it's every day.
Okay.
Then maybe it's 2 days a week he's gotta get it. Then 3 days a week, so and then the bonuses get better perhaps, I don't know.
Okay. Well, we're definitely gonna sit down and
Figure
explore
out.
that idea. We've been talking about it this past week.
Yeah.
But we were at Nikki's calming places
But
that we need to identify.
Okay, but I'm trying to make that be successful is why I'm doing this.
Of course.
shouldn't it start with you only have to get 2, fill it up twice a week, and then gradually go to 3 times, and gradually go to 4 times?
Absolutely. But anyway, an idea that all of this stuff
Come
is
together.
good for him.
Yeah.
It's a whole life plan because it's already hard enough between school and here. They're fragmented.
Yes.
And soon it's just going to be one big world. It's not going to be fragmented anymore. When? Okay.
Calming places. I could beanbags.
Okay.
The swing.
So do we want to put, do we call it calming places? Do we call it,
We use the word
What's
calm
our-
a lot with him.
Yeah,
Nikki, keep a
but
calm body. Nikki,
calm voice.
Calm voice.
okay, so we have our list of what I can do to calm down that was there.
Mm-hmm.
Are we just going to add
Calming.
calming places to the list and then to show him what the places are? Okay.
Beanbag, playroom, swing. What else? Because he goes to that couch too.
He can have one. I mean, we can let him have one. I don't care. He's already, Jeff Shadow already ripped it, so
Couch.
it's already,
He goes to that guest room.
No,
and that-
because someone could be staying in the guest room. That's not acceptable.
No.
And he tears that bed apart.
Yeah,
So it's
and he
like
can
it makes
definitely
sense.
begin to use the if we work
How
with him
about
on using
his
the
bed? He can go upstairs to his bed.
Yes.
His room.
He can
His
go to
own
Nikki's
room,
bed.
his bed. Because he's crawling under the covers a lot for sensory,
Yeah.
and you're letting him have your bed. But now he's going to that bed, and he's not even going. He goes to his bed, but we need to narrow it down like just his bed, because it is his bed.
Okay.
His
Perfect.
room.
If his bed is not a calming place, I'm wondering if that weighted blanket should go upstairs, so we can put it on himself while he's in his bed.
He's not interested in that weighted blanket here because he has a beanbag.
Yeah, that's why she's
So we
saying
should
she
put it
should go
upstairs.
upstairs in his bed, and that may
And he
be
goes
a
in
good
there.
lure for him to go to his bed instead of yours.
Well, for me, having it here, if he's laying on those beanbags and he's really still, I have him lay on the beanbags and I cover him.
I've seen it work
So-
miracles.
I like having it here where I can easily access it, where the behavior's going on. I think if I put it upstairs,
But if upstairs is now a calming place, then we're gonna be sending him upstairs also.
yes, but I think he'll spend more time down here. What do you think?
I think that we need to start
Get
making
a
his
second
room
blanket.
attractive. And
Yeah,
he's
I
not
think he needs
attracted to
blankets.
his room at all.
I think it should go upstairs for a little while and then come back downstairs.
We're
He
gonna
does
take one.
storm.
That's a
Like
good
his
plan.
old blue blanket.
He
where
does
just-
storm upstairs. You know, when he wants to get away from us, because this is a very social. His room is down here is very social. He does bolt up the stairs to run away from us, whether it's your
And he
room
goes to
or
your
and
room.
He goes predominantly to your room. And sometimes he goes to his room.
And he likes your room, one, it's your room, and your
So
bed
you
is
have a
very
huge
comfortable.
bed.
You have a huge bed. He likes to go under the blankets. Like, your room is very attractive to him. His room is not attractive to him.
Okay, we need to work on making it more. But it is more. I mean, it's more than it was. I mean, we have
Yeah.
him sleeping in it. We've made a lot of progress. And sometimes he does go Nikki's bed, but we need to figure out what would make it more so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if we're going to push, this
Maybe
is
I
a
need to get him a
common
lot more like foam on his mattress.
Yeah.
Make it really get him some more space foam. Because it is just heavier. It's just.
And pillows, he loves those pillows. I mean, just kind of make it kind of like your room.
We're going to
pillows.
talk about those pillows because he's getting to be. Is that on our list today? His
puberty?
yes, and how he's handling those pillows and.
I put touching, however,
Okay.
I think that the touching one, we really need to work with the other team too. Because they're talking about it and seeing what's going on at school, what's going on here, and have that conversation with them. So we can schedule another meeting where we start talking about it. I don't feel like I've never been a 13-year-old male who went through puberty.
I think a lot of this stuff is also there have been a lot of behaviors that are going on at school
Okay, yeah,
that
I
I've
don't know
heard
what they
about
are.
over summer.
I know that it.
So the other teen who has been here.
I know that it.
Here it's the touching, but there it's a lot more.
Touching mom.
Touching me, touching mom, touching Evie.
You
haven't seen this?
Yes, like feel.
What he's doing is he's trying to sneak up on Evan, like she's
Yeah.
not going to know he's going to touch her.
Oh, he's like this bad.
I can't see you, maybe you can't see me coming.
With me, I'm very good at personal space. I'm like, personal space. And so, he'll ask me very nicely, can I touch your belly? And I'm like, no.
Well, he says belly to me and touches my tush. I'm like, my tush is not my belly.
Well, yeah, but he's got more freedom with you than with me. I'm like, no.
And that's appropriate, I mean,
Yeah.
to a certain degree, but I'm not really...
And in Sunday school, when he's going, I'm very on him about body space, whether it's a girl or an older adult. And you'd see me, I'm like, you have to calm your body. You have to walk slowly in the crowd. And, she has a name. And he has a name, too. So if he's saying hi to a girl, he has to say hi to a boy also.
Okay, I think we can...
But then we're
What I
going
think
into a
we can
different
do
subject.
is, I think we can lay out in this meeting some of the protocol, some of the issues we have, and then we can circulate that. You can actually give it to Sherry. You email it to me, we'll email it to Sherry, and we'll have a collective
Please.
conversation. We can do that
We
easily.
really need to.
And what else you can do too is one of the days that you're set to be coming, right now I think the person to talk to is Andrew more than Chandra. I mean,
Yeah.
Chandra's noticing Nikki staring at the girls. But Nikki in different ways has always stared at girls, initially just because if they had a kind of tummy that looked like a sensory tool, he
Yeah.
was all for that.
Yeah.
And now sometimes I think it's difficult to know whether it's like a sexual issue or just that same other issue. I think you have both now. I don't think it's just one.
Let me just.
I
go-
do think it's both.
So we're done
Because
with.
I don't think putting his ear on my stomach is a sexual issue.
Oh, no, not at all.
I think it's a sensory issue. I think he loves tummies on girls. And I can't, maybe some of it's shifting, but I know some of it, he's always had that. So that's not...
Well, yes, I agree with you. Here, let me just go
But
back.
now
Are we
any of
done?
that behavior
We're done
is
with the
not
It's just,
commonplaces,
it's not
right?
okay at
Yeah,
all.
we're done with common
Okay,
places.
we're then now transitioning on to touching, which we're
Okay,
agreeing that
do
we're
a
gonna-
quick recap, real quick.
of calming places.
No, we did calming places, okay. No, I'm good on calming places.
We did scheduling, which
Okay.
was something
Okay.
else. Then we talked about aggression. We defined it.
Scheduling, we defined it, we're setting up something to help him define it.
Yes, with visuals, video, and we're giving ourselves 2 weeks to do this before we implement it as part of the contingency plan.
Okay?
Then we defined tantrum and we defined protest.
Okay.
Protest is
Defined a
whining.
tantrum, defined a protest, we broke them down.
Yes, we broke
Okay.
those down. We defined hitting.
And we decided that hitting of any kind was not protest, it is tantrum.
Yes.
What is a protest now? Is it only whining?
Yeah.
Where did we put his brief?
That's tantrum.
That's tantrum.
Okay.
What about yelling? Where's yelling?
Ah!
Where's
I
that?
think that's protest.
I think
I
that's
think
a
that's
protest.
protest also.
Yeah, I don't feel, this is a tough area, especially when because we are going to, I would like us to all agree, maybe by next week by email, that Nikki is clear on these definitions. I want to get the definitions clear, and then I'm going to get better at enforcing. One of my problems with with when I would say he hasn't earned something is because I had this gray sort of area, and I wanted to get used to it. And I felt as though introducing that he could just lose.
That's why I feel like we need 2 weeks. We need to define them. We need to create visuals and video for him, not just throw it at him.
Right.
And constant reminders.
But
Okay.
Nikki's very smart. He picked up on the, are you having a tantrum or what are you working
Yeah.
for? A lot quicker than I expected him to.
No, he's
And letting
very-
him
So-
know
You know,
Go
the
ahead,
wording,
Amy.
the definitions. What you're having right now is a tantrum, Nikki. What you're having right now, Nikki. Oh, Nikki, you're protesting. You don't like this. Let's find ways to talk about it. Whatever. And the same thing with aggression.
Okay.
So when he's upset, do we intentionally get in the way to point out that he's pushing?
At least for these next 2 weeks, yeah. Like, hey, you're pushing right now. That's aggressive behavior. I do that all the time. I have catching Nikki being good moments, and I have catching Nikki being aggressive, having a tantrum, having whatever, and I'm constantly letting him know, highlighting, this is this type of behavior, this is what it is, so he knows, and he's well aware of what's happening. And adding the video aspect to it too is going to help, because he can then see himself doing it as well.
Do you say this is not good? What is your statement? What do you connect it to after you just identify it? Or do you have something to do about it?
Whenever I've introduced any type of behavior as aggressive behavior, I identify it and remind him, what are we working for?
Okay.
So he
So
knows.
that's still all kind of positive. This
Yeah.
is what it is, but by saying what are you working for, you're keeping it up to him still.
Yeah.
It's not that it's punitive.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that this could keep you from getting where you want to go.
Yeah.
I like that.
Remember, what are you working for?
Yeah, and that works better because when he hears you didn't earn,
No,
it's a
not at
totally
all.
different process. He's like, I've lost it,
You're
even when he
not.
hasn't yet.
Go with him
You're
into
not
it.
going to earn. What are you trying to earn? But what are you working for? He knows that isn't connected to. He doesn't hear.
He
I
knows
lost
that means
it.
he's kind of on the edge and he
Yeah,
needs
it's
to
a
snap
reminder.
out of it.
Yes.
It's a reminder.
It's
It's
a
definitely
reminder.
a reminder. It's like,
not confusing to him.
a red light, like
Okay.
calm down.
We're good.
And what I'm really good at is changing up my facial expressions with him. I can go from 0 to 60 quick, and he looks at my face and knows Wendy's upset, something's up, and then go back to, well, Nikki, and then the way my voice tone. What are you working for? Nikki, that's aggression. What are you working for? He gets it, and he'll look at me and say, and he's defining, the feeling at the time.
Corinne is mad.
That's what I get all the time.
And
Like,
then,
Angry mom.
Corinne is mad. Yes, I'm.
Speaking of angry,
Yes.
I want to take out the lights in his room. I'm sorry, but waking up at 3 in the morning with every light in the house on is not okay.
I know. It's really, hey, and it's hard. It's, I think we can go to, I mean, the only thing I'm making some progress on there is I won't let him lay back down or do anything till he turns them all off. So I'm now not me turning them off, I'm having him turn them off.
I've been working on him to get him to sit in the dark with the lights off. But when I fall asleep, then he just turns the lights
You know,
off.
the reason it's such a big deal is, for me, when every freaking light in the house is on, I hear the money.
Same here.
Tell me about it.
I
Okay,
just can
Abby.
feel it. But in comparison to all of these things, it's low on my list.
That's money.
I know.
Evan.
Being
But
set
it's-
on fire.
Okay.
Well, being
So
sued because
simply.
he grabbed or hit or kicked herself. Or
Yeah, that's
is
a
more.
lawsuit.
I think I agree. It drives me bonkers, totally bonkers. And Lisa's not in your room. He's in my room, and he can't even just turn on one light. He's got to turn the thing into looks like a freaking helicopter landing pad until he gets it as bright as he can at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, really, Nikki? There's a piece of film for you. Nikki, really? Do we have to have every light on, Nikki?
Okay.
So anyway, I think it's something we'll come around to.
Yes, definitely. We defined what protest is, which we said whining and yelling. Tantrums, which we said runs and throws himself to the couch or any type of furniture, throws himself on the floor or the stairs, flailing and stomping.
Mhm.
And then we defined, or we identified calming places, beanbags, playroom, anything here in the playroom that can help him calm himself. The swing, which is part of the playroom. The couch, that brown couch, which is part of the playroom. And we're going to work on having his room, his bedroom, become a calming place.
And
as
we have
well.
to specify that it's this couch, not that couch.
Go to the brown couch
Well,
in the
it's
playroom.
That one's
in
brown
Nikki's
also.
room.
In
I
the
think
playroom.
also, though, that we can say playroom.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Playroom
playroom
couch or something.
is, I don't know, we can even call it Nikki's zone or something.
But
Maybe
you
we-
know, this sofa
He knows
is cold
playroom.
and leathery and doesn't have pillows,
Gross.
and the other
It's
one
a gross.
is fluffy
Then
and.
it'll drive him more toward this, hopefully,
Right.
something less furniture.
Mhm.
I mean, he
Maybe
does
it
go
can-
to Fluffy. Fluffy, your room is fluffy. That couch
Well, he
is
has his
fluffy.
room. His room
Yeah,
is now going to be
fluffiness.
fluffy.
Make
And
it
we're
fluffy.
working on coming up with some sort of amalgamation that puts it all together. We're going to come up with a thing like that.
I'm going to put puzzles so I know what we're
And you know what I
talking
can do? I mean, I can buy a puzzle that's like 4 wood pieces like that.
No, we can make it.
And we can just
No, don't
make
waste your
it.
money. We can make it.
I would say we just turn it over and write
No,
on
we
it.
can
No.
make it.
We can
Why would you
make-
buy that?
We can get construction paper or the
And
hard-
cardboard.
Yeah.
Okay, will you do it?
Yeah, it's easy.
Okay, so Evan's creating the put it all together piece.
We're gonna touch upon touching and puberty, but we have agreed that we're gonna really work on having an overall team meeting with his other team and do this. Right?
Yes, but we're gonna go through several, so if you've got some, we'll use it. Because we're probably gonna go through, we
The
need to
foam
make one for
boards.
school, one for here.
Yeah.
I have
It'll
that,
probably change.
that board in the back from the project,
And
It's
foam
so
board,
thick,
yeah.
but
it's this thick.
but it won't be. It'll
No,
last for a
no, I
while.
have foam cords about this big. It's perfect. It's gonna be flat. You can cut it easily with an X-Acto blade. 2 or 3 cuts, and you can make other pieces out of it.
Touching and puberty, guys. We said staring at girls. One that is non-sexual and the other one that is.
Yep.
He does that little
Which
twinkle
will
in
be-
his eye.
I like the twinkle. The twinkle's okay.
No,
Yeah,
this is a
but
bad twinkle.
It's not okay with the girls.
I know. So what we're creating here is areas of concern, kind of like a skeleton agenda, so we can sit down and talk with the other
Okay.
team about.
Well, when he sees a girl and goes, jumps up and down and flaps,
That's excitement.
right in front of them. But I know, but you,
He's always done that.
I know, but
Is
it's
it
kind
Yeah.
of.
Now it's
Okay.
not appropriate.
No, it's not appropriate.
I think the excitement could be sexual without a doubt. I mean, I don't know what all it is unless he breaks it down for us. We are doing with him, we're noticing, I don't know if you guys noticed it, he still sometimes will be like grabbing in his underwear or his pants in the back. And it's just that he doesn't always do a good job with wiping, by the way, so.
No, he's
the guys
scratching
are-
his
But
butt.
Yeah, so when he's scratching his tush, what we've done to address that is there's now like some wet wipes into
Okay.
his backpack.
Okay.
And Andrew or someone to send to the restroom, because usually when it's doing that, it's taking us a long time to figure it's because he didn't clean well. On the front part, I definitely noticed like
he's grabbing it off.
pushing down.
Or
I'd see him more
pinching.
pushing. Oh, you're seeing him pinching?
He's getting erections.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
well that's
And
normal at this
yeah,
age.
it is normal, but he doesn't understand it. I don't think he understands what's going on.
He used to get really upset about it. He's not upset about it anymore, so I guess that could just be acceptance. I think it was probably pretty scary in the beginning.
Like, what is this?
Yeah.
I mean, talk about alien invasion.
Pushing. He's pushing, he's pinching, and he's grabbing his penis.
I didn't see him pinching his penis.
Yeah,
How
I seen him do
painful.
it. Like, well, I mean, probably not.
I always thought he had
painful.
to go to the bathroom. I'm like, you have to go to the bathroom. I think I have seen him.
This is so not a girl conversation.
We're-
I feel so out of my element.
Yeah.
That's why we need to.
I mean, I'm embarrassed.
Well,
It's a
you-
child. He's not even here.
Well,
It's
it's
okay.
probably better that he's not
He's
here.
getting his directions and. Yeah.
Yes, we have Wendy.
Obviously, it's not your element.
Wendy's turning red.
I ignore it. You know, I think that's the only thing I can think of doing is I ignore it because, yeah, in Sunday school he's doing
yes,
stuff, and I just
yes.
say, not here. Stop it. You know,
I
and
think
I'm
not
very,
here is also a good term.
I'm very
I like that.
casual about
I
it.
like not here.
You
and I
don't
think
have
you
to.
should be casual.
I'm
because
very casual
I don't
about
know
it.
if our kids would traumatize like
no.
typical kids,
Right.
but I don't know.
But you're gonna turn cross-eyed. There's none of that with me. It's more like a, not here. You know, stop. You're good. Hi, Nick. I try to just divert his attention,
Okay.
especially at circle time where like everyone can quickly look at Nick, and I'm just like, you know, I'm very subtle and yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I put touching in appropriate places. He'll sneak a.
He'll
a
goose you?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Gooses
he's never
me?
cool. He's never goosed me. Thank goodness.
I've been wearing more dresses during the summer, so he's kind of like.
Oh, well, I'm gonna be the skinny mini that's out of the loop. That's fine. Thank you.
He doesn't do that to me either.
You're his sister.
He does it to mom, and I mean, he rarely does it to me, but there are the days when he's just like
What about kind of coming up and like pushing his
Grinding?
grinding.
That is not okay.
It's not okay at all.
Yeah, grinding.
It is not okay.
No, it's not
It
okay.
is not okay.
I'm usually like, I catch him
when
before.
you bend
when he
over
even
and
starts
he's got,
moving
he's
in.
zoning in on you, and I'm
That's
just like,
part of that.
yeah.
This is all for the most part. I mean, except obviously the pinching, grabbing of his penis and his erections and the flapping. This touching stuff is all part of body boundaries and letting him know this is my body.
Mhm.
It's not okay. Don't touch me.
Oh, this is not your body. Yeah, not whether it's you or mom or anybody else. This is not okay. This is not your body.
And this thing that he's been doing now, I don't.
Does he do
whatever.
that just to?
Like when I walk in, he'll look at me. It really depends on what I'm wearing. If it's attractive to him, then he'll, you know, or my legs, the legs.
Oh yeah, he does look at legs. And he's rubbed my legs a couple times, and I'm just like,
But I think
Yeah.
a lot of times with the legs, I think that's a texture thing.
Of course, but
Yeah,
Very
it's
but
inappropriate.
it's still, you
It's
know,
still inappropriate,
it's not
but I don't
okay.
think it's a sexual thing. Because
Mm.
I
Can be.
But still,
Yeah,
those things that you're saying were not sexual before,
are
they
gonna
can be
become.
now, and now they're absolutely not appropriate.
I
And
agree
they
they're
have
not
to-
appropriate.
anyway.
And they can lead
Even
to
though
an
they-
erection.
And
Right.
even though he
Let's be
hasn't,
honest.
even though he's been doing them
Let's-
before,
I just like,
have to look-
I can't be this
know what?
honest. This is
I'm
very
sorry, Mom,
difficult.
but regardless of what it leads to with Nikki, we have to start looking into the future as
I
to
know,
what
And
I,
even if he was doing
I
them before,
completely agree.
if he does something like that when he's 18, that's jail. Or at least a fine. Or food or something.
No, I'm gonna have to go to the
No, I'm
restroom.
good.
Water?
I have to go to the restroom. That's probably dead.
Okay.
No, it's still fine.
How can you say?
So I
It
think that
was.
we have enough to begin, and I will email Julie about this too, send it to you, and say we really need. He's starting school. He just is going through the change.
And I'd love to have whatever our protocol is, that the school team have it.
Oh,
And we
that's
finish
why
it
we-
and they get it.
We all need to work on that protocol, the school team and us.
Okay.
You know, he's
They
gonna.
will love to work with you.
I think
so.
we need to seriously need to talk to the school team, because the school team is the one
Well,
that's out
I
there
think if
around
we
the
create
girls
the
his
first
age, and
one,
we're
That
not.
he's
If
into.
we
Uh-huh.
do the beginning part, they will fill it in.
I will talk to Julie about beginning to work on a protocol for this. And then they,
It's good.
but we also need their opinion. I really think that they're males, they
But if we give
understand it
a
little
first
more.
draft
Yeah,
of
yeah.
something,
Oh, yeah,
they'll
yeah.
fill in the pieces.
Thank you, hon. Okay, the last thing I want to touch upon, and it's just more of a reminder, let's continue to do the safety skills protocol.
I took a picture today, and I have to go to the restroom. I took a picture today that I can email. And I think it's a good idea, just take the pictures out in the community and bring them back to him. I took a picture, you know the plaque that's always at every stoplight, where it has the directions.
Yeah.
When you walk, when you stop, when you wait. I actually took a picture of that, so we can print that out, and we can also talk, but I think we need to do the real life. That's a way we can bring and carry the outdoor protocol, bring them here, if they're identical.
I noticed today.
Red light, green light is not identical.
When I
Evan, take my place,
when I
sister.
asked Nick to look up at the
Okay.
sign,
No one has to take my place.
both times he squinted.
No, Carrington, she didn't
Across
mind.
the
Wendy
street.
didn't want to. Hold on. Take it, I gotta go to the
When
restroom.
I was walking with Nick today, when we were walking with Nick, and it was a